I am tired of this! Just leave us alone!
When black twins Marcus and Maya transfer to Ridgeway High, they're immediately targeted by Brad Turnitha, arrogant football captain and son of a powerful councilman who hides his racism behind charm and privilege. What begins with whispered slurs and classroom silence escalates to humiliations on the field, threats at parties, and a violent confrontation caught on video. Protected by coaches, teachers, and even police, Brad seems untouchable, while the twins face suspension, expulsion, and betrayal from every side. Yet with each injustice, the silent teacher who finally speaks, the team members who begin to doubt, the leaked footage that shatters Brad's lies, the blue wall of silence cracks. In a storm of truth, systemic racism and abuse of power are exposed, forcing Brad and his father's downfall. From whispered slurs to public reckoning, this is a story of fear, resistance, betrayal, and the breaking of chains. The bus doors hissed open. Marcus Johnson stepped down first, scanning the front steps of Ridgeway High. His sister Maya followed close, her chin lifted like she refused to shrink. "Smells like money," Maya muttered. "Don't start," Marcus whispered back. "First day, clean slate." Clean for who? Them or us? Students in crisp polos and varsity jackets lingered by the entrance. Their eyes followed the twins, some curious, others cold, some amused. A blond boy nudged his friend, whispering just loud enough, "New imports, wonder how long they'll last." Maya's shoulders stiffened. Marcus touched her arm. "Ignore it." The hallway swallowed them in echoes of chatter and lockers slamming. A teacher passed, clipboard in hand. "Excuse me," Marcus began. "We're new." The teacher glanced once, then brushed by. "No greeting, no directions," Maya snorted. "Welcome, wagons broken." They found the office by accident. The secretary, a middle-aged woman with a stiff smile, took their forms. "Marcus Johnson, Maya Johnson, transfer students, correct?" "Yes, ma'am," Marcus said politely. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. "Well, try not to fall behind. Ridgeway has high standards." "We'll manage," Maya said sharply. The woman blinked. "Attitude won't help you here, dear." Maya opened her mouth, but Marcus nudged her, whispering, "Not today. First period." History. The classroom quieted as they entered. The teacher, Mr. Holloway, gestured lazily toward the back. 2 seats open, back row. Brad, broad-shouldered, blonde, the kind of boy posters called All-American, smirked as they passed. "Careful," he drawled. "Don't get lost back there." Snickers rippled. Maya shot him a glare. "Don't choke on your ego." The class gasped. Brad's grin hardened. Mr. Holloway cleared his throat but said nothing. Narration slipped in. Silence, the first mask of complicity. The teacher's neutrality wasn't neutral at all. At lunch, the twins sat alone. "Why'd you snap at him?" Marcus asked. "Because he deserved it," Maya hissed. "You saw the way he looked at us." "I saw, but we can't give them ammo. They'll load their guns no matter what we do." Marcus fell silent. Their mother's warning echoed in both minds. "Keep your head down. They'll look for excuses." On the far side of the cafeteria, Brad leaned across the football table. "Quarterback privilege," one of his teammates joked. Brad's eyes never left the twins. His smile was all teeth. "New kids don't know the rules yet," he murmured. "Guess we'll have to teach them." Marcus stared at the sign-up sheet taped outside the gym. Names filled the page, most of them followed by varsity written in confident strokes. His own name, freshly inked at the bottom, looked out of place. "You sure about this?" Maya asked, leaning against the wall. "You said we shouldn't let them push us out." Marcus replied, "I meant out of school, not into a lion's den. I can play, I'll blend in, or you'll stick out harder." Marcus forced a smile. "Trust me." But Maya's silence followed him as he stepped into the locker room. The room reeked of sweat and body spray. Boys joked, laughed, shoved one another, but the laughter dipped when Marcus walked in. "Fresh meat," someone called. Brad lounged at the center bench, lacing his cleats slowly. His teammates orbited him like planets. He looked up, eyes gleaming. "Well, Ridgeway's new charity case." Marcus ignored him, heading for an empty locker. He pulled off his hoodie, methodically changing into gym clothes. Brad whistled low. "Got some muscle. Didn't think you people built like that." A few chuckles erupted. Marcus froze, jaw tight. He set his hoodie down without turning. Say something, he asked quietly. Brad grinned. Just paying a compliment. Don't get all sensitive. More laughter. Narration whispered. Humor. The first cloak of cruelty. A teammate, lanky and sharp-nosed, leaned closer to Brad. Bet he doesn't last a week. Brad's grin widened. Bet he doesn't last a day. Marcus finally turned, meeting Brad's stare. His voice was calm, deliberate. I came here to play, not to waste time. Brad clapped slowly. Oh, he talks. He stood, towering over Marcus. Listen, rookie, this is my team, my school, my town. You're a guest, and guests don't sit at the head of the table. Marcus held his gaze. I'm not here for your table. The locker room quieted. For a moment, tension hummed like a live wire. Then Brad smirked, breaking it. We'll see. Try not to embarrass yourself out there. Practice was brutal. Marcus ran drills, dodged tackles, caught passes, each move sharper than expected. Whispers spread among the players. He was fast, strong, controlled. On the sidelines, Brad barked at teammates, louder than necessary. That's how you really throw. Watch and learn. Rookie. Marcus didn't bite. He kept his face steady, but inside, the coil of restraint wound tighter. After practice, the boys poured back into the locker room, sweaty and loud. Marcus kept to himself, showered quickly, dressed, and reached for his bag. Hey, new kid, Brad's voice rang out. Marcus turned. Brad and two teammates blocked the exit. Their smiles weren't friendly. Good hustle today, Brad said smoothly. Almost looked like you belonged. Marcus slung his bag over his shoulder. Appreciate it. Thing is, Brad continued, stepping closer. Around here, belonging ain't about talent, it's about loyalty, respect, knowing your place. Marcus exhaled slowly. And you think my place is? Brad leaned in, voice dropping. Beneath me. The silence that followed was heavy. One of the teammates chuckled nervously. Come on, Brad. He's just a kid. Brad snapped. Shut up. His eyes never left Marcus. You planning to challenge me? Take my spot. Marcus steadied himself. I don't care about your spot. Brad's smirk darkened. You should, because if you step where you don't belong, we'll step on you. Narration cut in. Threats wrapped in casual tones, the currency of control. Marcus shifted his bag higher. I'm leaving. Brad slid sideways, blocking him again. Not until you answer me. I already did. Brad's hand shot out, grabbing Marcus's shoulder. The grip was firm, testing. Marcus didn't flinch. He looked down at the hand, then back at Brad. Let go. For a moment, Brad hesitated. Then he smirked, releasing him. Smart. For now. Marcus walked past, the weight of unseen eyes trailing him. Meanwhile, across the school, Maya pushed through a knot of cheerleaders by the vending machine. Oh, careful, one of them sneered. Don't get your attitude all over me. Another giggled. She thinks she's hot just because she's new. Please, a third said, voice dripping. She's just ghetto glam, won't last. Maya stopped, slowly turned. Say it louder, she dared. The girls exchanged nervous looks, but smirked anyway. What, you gonna fight us? Maya stepped closer, eyes sharp. I don't need to fight. Truth does it for me. The hallway grew tense. Students nearby watched, whispering. Then a teacher appeared at the end of the hall. The cheerleaders straightened instantly, plastering innocence across their faces. Everything okay here? The teacher asked. Yes, ma'am, the girls chorused sweetly. Maya's mouth twisted. The teacher's eyes brushed past her. Unconcerned. Good. Get to class. The cheerleaders giggled as they dispersed. Maya stood frozen, anger burning her throat. Narration cut in. Lies believed. Truth ignored. Silence weaponized. That night, Marcus sat at the kitchen table, eating silently. Maya dropped her bag beside him. They started with you too, didn't they? She asked. Marcus didn't answer right away. He chewed, swallowed, stared at his plate. Yeah, he admitted finally. What did they say? Doesn't matter, Marcus, he sighed. Brad thinks he owns the place. He warned me to know my place. Maya's eyes flared. And I walked out. You walked out. You let him. I didn't let him do anything. I stayed calm. Maya slammed her hand on the table. They're not going to stop. You think ignoring them makes it go away? No, it makes them hungrier. Marcus's voice hardened. And fighting them makes us what? Expelled. Arrested. Mom's worst nightmare. The room fell into silence. Their mother, standing by the sink, turned slowly. Her voice was soft but sharp. He's right. Maya looked at her. So we're just supposed to take it. You're supposed to survive, their mother said. Her hands gripped the counter. This world won't forgive you for defending yourself. They'll twist it. They'll bury you. Maya's voice broke. Then what's the point of being strong if we can't use it? Their mother's eyes shimmered. Strength isn't just fists, baby. It's knowing when to hold back. The silence lingered. Marcus stared at the table. Maya clenched her jaw, fighting tears. Narration whispered. Restraint, a weapon sharpened in silence. Across town, Brad leaned back in his car, laughing with his teammates. Kids got nerve, one said. Nah, Brad sneered. Kids got limits. I'll break 'em. His laughter echoed in the night. History class smelled faintly of chalk and dust. Mr. Holloway stood at the board, writing in neat, looping letters, the glorious founding of Ridgeway. Maya leaned forward, brows drawn. Marcus sat 2 rows away, his notebook open, pen tapping lightly. Mr. Holloway turned, smiling stiffly. Now, students, our town was built on pride, hard work, and honorable traditions. The Ridgeway family itself, our namesake, were pioneers, leaders, respected by all. Brad slouched in his seat, grinning. Heroes, he muttered. His friends snickered. Maya raised her hand. Weren't the Ridgeway family also slave owners? The class froze. Heads turned. Whispers buzzed. Mr. Holloway's smile faltered. That's irrelevant to today's lesson. No, it's history, Maya pressed. You can't leave that out. A low laugh came from Brad. There she goes. Mr. Holloway's eyes flicked toward Maya, then away. We are focusing on positive contributions today. That's enough. Marcus caught Maya's eye. His look begged her. Let it go. She shook her head. So their money, their land, their power, all built on slavery. Isn't that important? Mr. Holloway's jaw tightened. Maya, that's not the discussion we're having. Please, take your notes. Brad leaned back, voice loud enough for everyone. Guess some people just can't stop complaining. Laughter burst across the room. Maya's fists clenched. Say it again. Brad smirked. Complain louder. We can't hear you. The laughter doubled. Even those who weren't cruel joined in. Better to laugh than be targeted. Mr. Holloway didn't move, didn't speak, just watched. Narration cut in. Silence, the oldest ally of oppression. Marcus raised his hand slowly. Sir, could you tell him to stop? Mr. Holloway blinked, uneasy. Let's all focus on the lesson. So, you're not going to say anything? Maya demanded. The room stilled. Mr. Holloway adjusted his tie, eyes dropping to his notes. We're moving on. Brad chuckled. Guess the teacher agrees with me. After class, students shuffled out in clusters. Brad brushed past Marcus, shoulder-checking him hard. Watch it, Brookie. Marcus steadied himself, saying nothing. Maya's voice cut sharp. You're pathetic, Brad. Brad grinned wide. Keep talking, princess. The louder you bark, the more everyone sees you're just noise. Maya stepped closer, fire in her eyes. One day, someone's going to shut you up. Brad leaned in, whispering, better hope it ain't me. He walked off laughing, his crew trailing behind. Marcus and Maya walked the hallway in silence until Maya finally exploded. Did you see that? He humiliated us in front of everyone, and Holloway just let it happen. I saw, Marcus said quietly. And you just sat there. What was I supposed to do? Stand up, call it out, something. Marcus stopped walking. His voice was low, steady. And then what? They laugh harder. We get written up for disruption. You think Holloway would have backed us up? Maya faltered. At least we wouldn't be silent. Marcus's jaw tightened. Sometimes silence keeps you alive. Later that afternoon, Marcus lingered outside the gym. A teammate, not part of Brad's inner circle, sidled up. You and your sister, that was rough in class. Marcus studied him. You laughed too. The boy's face reddened. Yeah, but what was I supposed to do? Narration cut in. Fear, another mask of complicity. That evening, the twins sat at home. Their mother folded laundry at the table, listening as Maya ranted. He said nothing. Mom, nothing. Brad humiliated me, and the teacher just stood there, like I didn't matter. Their mother's eyes were tired. Baby, I told you, they'll protect their own. So what? We just keep taking it. Sometimes survival means swallowing the fire. Maya's voice cracked, and sometimes it means burning back. Marcus sat quietly, staring at the floor. Narration whispered. 2 paths, silence and resistance, both heavy, both dangerous. The next day, whispers followed them down the hallway. Troublemakers, too sensitive. Why'd they even come here? The words sliced quietly, invisibly, not shouted, but constant. Marcus kept his eyes forward. Maya, though, let her glare cut through anyone who dared meet her stare. When they passed Brad, he called out sweetly, "Morning, history teacher's pet." His friends roared. Marcus grabbed Maya's arm before she could turn. "Not here." She yanked free. "If I don't fight back, who will?" He said nothing. His silence was answer enough. Narration closed the chapter. The teacher's silence echoed louder than Brad's words. Authority had spoken by refusing to speak. And in that silence, the Johnson twins learned the hardest lesson of all. Here, truth was dangerous and lies were law. The stadium lights flickered to life, cutting sharp beams into the cool night. Ridgeway High's bleachers swelled with parents, students, and neighbors in thick jackets, clutching hot dogs and soda cups. The twins stood at the edge of the field, taking it in. "Whole town's here," Marcus murmured. Maya's eyes swept the crowd. Whole town, whole mask. A cheer burst as the Ridgeway Tigers stormed the field, Brad leading the charge. His name echoed in chants, his number painted across faces and signs. "Number 7, our hero." Maya muttered. "Hero, huh? If only they knew." "They don't want to know," Marcus said quietly, on the sidelines. Marcus adjusted his helmet. A coach barked orders. "Johnson, your backup wide receiver. Stay sharp." Brad overheard, smirking. "Backup, huh? Better hope you don't mess up when they throw you in." Marcus ignored him. Stretching calmly, Brad leaned closer, voice dripping. "You screw this up, they'll blame me for carrying dead weight. Don't get any ideas about shining." Marcus said nothing. His silence made Brad's grin falter. The whistle blew. The first half roared forward. Brad threw perfect passes, the crowd erupting each time. But when Marcus finally got his chance, a clean catch, sprint down the line, dodging 2 tackles, the stadium gasped. "Who's the new kid?" Someone shouted. Marcus crossed the line. Touchdown. Cheers rose, though uneven, uncertain. Brad's jaw tightened as he jogged back, forcing a smile for the crowd. "Lucky play," he muttered when Marcus passed. "Or skill." Marcus replied evenly. Up in the stands, Maya sat alone. The cheerleaders clustered nearby, whispering, "Think he's trying to steal Brad's spotlight?" One snickered. "Please, nobody replaces Brad. Bet his sister's the one filling his ego." Maya turned slowly, eyes cold. "You want to say that louder." The girls looked away quickly, laughing too loud, like nothing had happened. Narration cut in. Power thrives when witnesses pretend not to hear. Back on the field. Halftime ended. The second half burned fast. Marcus caught another pass, his speed undeniable. Whispers spread among the crowd. A few cheers rose for him, though quieter than Brad's roars. In the huddle, Brad's voice was sharp. "Ball doesn't go to Johnson anymore." "Clear." One teammate hesitated. "Coach said." "I said." Brad snapped. The team glanced at each other, uneasy. But no one argued. Narration whispered, "Fear bends rules into weapons." The game ended in victory. The Tigers triumphed. The crowd surged onto the field, surrounding Brad with cheers, cameras flashing. Marcus stood apart, helmet under his arm, watching silently. Maya found him near the fence. "You were amazing." "Didn't feel like it," he muttered. Brad's laugh rang out nearby. He posed with cheerleaders, soaking in praise. His eyes flicked toward Marcus, sharp and possessive. Later, in the dim parking lot, Marcus walked toward his car. Footsteps followed. "Hey rookie," he turned. Brad and 2 teammates stepped from the shadows, grins gleaming under the lamplight. "Good game," Brad said smoothly. "Almost like you thought you belonged out there." "I was just doing my job," Marcus replied. Brad circled him slowly. "See, that's the problem. You don't know your limits. You don't understand this is my field, my crowd, my story." One teammate chuckled. "You really think anyone's here for you?" They came for Brad. Marcus kept his eyes steady. "I don't care about crowds. I play for me." Brad's smile dropped. His voice sharpened. "Wrong answer." A shove hit Marcus's chest. He stumbled back, caught himself. "Back off," Marcus said quietly. Brad sneered. "Or what? You'll hit me." "That's the thing, Johnson. You throw a punch, you're finished. You don't throw one well, then you're weak." Narration cut in. "No one traps cages disguised as choices." Maya's voice cut through the air. "Step away from him." She stood a few feet away, her eyes blazing. Brad's grin returned. "Look who came to save him, the mouthy sister." Maya walked closer. "Touch him again, and you'll regret it." The teammates laughed. "What's she gonna do?" Maya's tone was calm, steady. "You don't want to find out." For the first time, Brad's smirk flickered. Her gaze unsettled him, though he covered it with bravado. Cute, he said, real cute. But this isn't over. I'll make sure both of you learn the rules. He shoved past Marcus, motioning for his friends to follow. Their laughter trailed behind, echoing through the lot. Marcus exhaled, shoulders tense. Why'd you come? Because I knew you'd try to walk away again, Maya shot back. I was handling it. No, you were surviving. There's a difference. Marcus looked down, conflicted. Survival's all we've got. Maya's voice softened. Maybe, but sometimes survival means showing them we're not afraid. Narration whispered. Two siblings, two weapons, restraint and defiance, both forged in fire. Across the lot, Brad climbed into his car. His grin had hardened into something colder. They think they can talk back, he muttered. They'll learn. The engine roared, headlights flared, and in that glare, a promise of escalation burned. The Monday morning air in Ridgeway High buzzed with whispers. Conversations hushed when Marcus walked by. Heads turned, phones tilted. Maya narrowed her eyes. They're staring again. Marcus adjusted his backpack straps. Ignore it. Don't tell me you don't feel it. I feel it, he muttered. Down the hall, Brad leaned casually against the locker, surrounded by his crew. His smirk widened when he saw the twins. There he is, Brad said loudly. The hothead. His friends laughed. Yeah, heard he nearly lost it after the game. Coach had to calm him down. That true, Johnson. Brad called out. You got a temper problem. Marcus froze. That's not what happened. Sure, Brad drawled, but you know how rumors spread. In class, whispers grew. A boy leaned across his desk toward another. My cousin said Marcus shoved Brad after the game. I heard he threatened him. By the end of the day, the story had mutated. Marcus was violent, unstable, a ticking bomb. Narration cut in. Lies spread faster than truth, especially when whispered by golden boys. Maya slammed her locker shut. They're twisting everything, making you the villain. Marcus sighed. Let them talk. We know the truth. Truth doesn't matter here. Maya snapped. Their word is gospel. Ours is dirt. Before Marcus could reply, a teacher approached. Ms. Redmond, sharp eyes, tight bun. Marcus, a word. He followed reluctantly into the hall. I've received reports, Ms. Redmond began. Students are concerned about your behavior, aggression, outbursts. Marcus blinked. What reports? I haven't done anything. Perception matters, she said coolly. If people feel threatened, it becomes an issue, even if it's not true. Her lips pressed thin. Control your image, or it will control you. Later that week, Maya was called to the principal's office. Principal Harris folded his hands on the desk. Maya, we've had complaints. Maya crossed her arms. From who? Several students claim you've been disrespectful, confrontational. You mean I didn't let cheerleaders call me names? Harris raised his brows. See, this tone. You come across as aggressive. Maya's voice sharpened. So when they insult me, that's fine. But when I defend myself, that's aggression. That's not what I said. It's exactly what you said. His voice hardened. Careful, attitude will only make things worse. Narration cut in. Respect demanded, never returned. Rules written to cage only some. That evening, at home, Maya paced the living room. They're painting us as monsters. Mom, me, aggressive. Marcus, violent. They're setting us up. Their mother's hands trembled around a dish towel. I told you, this is how it works. They twist everything, make you guilty before you even breathe. Marcus sat quietly, fists clenched. Maybe we should just stay quiet. No more attention. Maya spun on him. Quiet doesn't protect us. It just makes their lies louder. Their mother's voice cracked. I don't want to lose you. One wrong step and this town will crush you. The silence that followed was thick with fear. The next day, Marcus overheard two teammates in the locker room. Coach said Johnson's got an attitude problem. Brad told him he was getting hostile after practice. Marcus stepped forward. That's a lie. They froze. One shrugged. Hey man, that's what we heard. And you believed him? Marcus asked. That the boy avoided his eyes. He's the captain. Narration cut in. Authority makes liars kings. At lunch, Maya confronted Brad. You spreading rumors about my brother. Brad smirked. Rumors, or the truth. You know he never touched you. Brad leaned back, arms wide. Doesn't matter what I know. Matters what people believe. And they believe me. Maya's voice trembled with fury. You're pathetic. No, Brad said smoothly. I'm untouchable. Marcus found her outside after. What did you do? I called him out. Marcus groaned. That's exactly what he wants. To make us look like we can't handle ourselves. Maya clenched her fists. Then what? We just sit back while he destroys us. Yes, Marcus snapped. Because fighting back makes us the stereotype they want to see. Maya's eyes burned, and staying quiet makes us invisible. They stood in silence, their bond strained by the weight of two impossible choices. Narration closed the chapter. Whispers became records. Lies became files. And in the halls of Ridgeway, the truth was not written by the innocent, but by the powerful. The trap was tightening, one rumor at a time. The locker room smelled of sweat, cologne, and something sour, a dash anticipation. Marcus laced his shoes slowly, ignoring the whispers behind him. Hey Johnson, a voice drawled. Brad, you ready for practice, or you too busy pouting? Marcus didn't turn, not in the mood. Brad, oh, he's not in the mood, Brad mocked. Loud enough for everyone. Careful guys, he might snap. Laughter rippled. Marcus tightened his laces. Stay calm, don't give him what he wants. Brad stepped closer. Tell me, Johnson, your daddy teach you how to fight? Oh wait. The laughter turned sharp. Marcus froze, jaw clenching. Watch your mouth, Brad smirked. Or what? The coach's office door was cracked open. Coach Daniels watched silently, not moving, not stopping. Narration cut in. Authority, when silent, sides with the loudest. Another player chimed in. Bet he'll throw a punch. That's all he's got. Brad grinned. Let's see. He shoved Marcus's shoulder. Marcus stumbled back a step, fists tightening. Do it, Brad whispered. Hit me. Give them what they already believe. The door creaked. Maya stepped in, carrying her gym bag. Her eyes swept the scene. What's happening? She demanded. Brad's grin widened. Perfect timing. The sister, want to watch your brother lose it. Maya dropped her bag. Back off, or what? Brad's eyes gleamed. Maya stepped forward, or I'll shut you up myself. The boys howled. Hear that? She thinks she's tough. Brad circled Marcus, then turned toward Maya. Maybe she is. Let's find out. He lunged. Not with a punch, but a grab hand shooting toward her wrist. Reflex took over. Maya twisted, dropped her weight, and snapped his arm into a lock. In one motion, Brad was on his knees, gasping. The locker room exploded in shouts. Whoa, she flipped him. What the hell was that? Maya's voice cut through, low and sharp. Try that again, and I'll break it. She shoved him off, and he stumbled back, face red. Brad's mask slipped, fury blazing. You little, he swung at her. Before the fist connected, Marcus stepped in, blocking the strike with his forearm. His other hand jabbed forward, a clean palm strike to Brad's chest, sending him staggering into a bench. The room went dead quiet. One boy whispered, "What was that?" Marcus's chest heaved. His voice was steady. "That was me protecting my sister." Coach Daniels finally stepped out, voice booming. Enough, but his eyes weren't on Brad, they were on the twins. You to office now. Maya's jaw dropped. You saw what happened. I said, now. In the office, the air was heavy. Brad sat with an ice pack on his chest, scowling. His friends hovered, murmuring support. Daniels turned to Marcus and Maya. What was that stunt? Stunt, Maya snapped. He attacked me. Don't raise your voice at me, Daniels warned. Marcus leaned forward. Coach, you know the truth. You saw it. Why are we here? Not him. Daniels's eyes flicked toward Brad. Because you escalated. Escalated. Marcus barked. We defended ourselves. Doesn't matter, Daniels said flatly. You put hands on a teammate. That's unacceptable. Brad smirked behind the ice pack. Told you they were violent. Maya glared. You liar. Enough, Daniels snapped. One more word and you're both suspended. Silence hung, heavy and bitter. Narration cut in. Injustice is never subtle. It shouts through silence, echoes through unequal punishments. After school, whispers flew faster than ever. Did you hear? Marcus jumped Brad in the locker room. No, I heard Maya attacked him first. Either way, those twins are trouble. The truth twisted, poisoned, weaponized. At home, the storm broke. Their mother sat stiff on the couch, face pale. I got a call from the school. They said you assaulted Brad. Maya's voice cracked. Mom, that's not what happened, Marcus added. He tried to grab her. We defended ourselves. Their mother pressed her temples. Do you know how this looks? Two black kids attacking the golden boy. They'll destroy you over this. Maya's eyes shone with tears. So, what were we supposed to do? Let him grab me. Let him humiliate us forever. Her mother's voice broke. I just want you safe. I don't care how. Marcus whispered. But safe means silent, and silent means broken. Days passed. Meetings with the principal, suspensions threatened. Maya stood before Principal Harris, fists clenched. We did nothing wrong. Brad attacked me. Harris sighed. Maya, witnesses saw you use martial arts. I defended myself, which suggests premeditation. Training. Marcus stepped in. You're punishing us for knowing how to protect ourselves. Harris leaned back, expression unreadable. I'm saying it complicates things. Narration cut in. Strength in the wrong hands is sport. Strength in the wrong bodies is threat. The chapter closed with Marcus and Maya walking home in silence, their shadows long against the pavement. Maya whispered, they won't stop until we're ruined. Marcus's jaw tightened. Then we don't hide anymore. Next time they come for us, we finish it. The bass thumped from Brad's house, spilling into the night. Cars lined the street. Kids streamed in and out, laughter mixing with alcohol fumes. Maya tugged Marcus's sleeve. Why are we here? Marcus's eyes were hard. Because hiding hasn't worked. Everyone believes his lies. Time they see the truth. Maya exhaled sharply. This is suicide. Or freedom. Inside, the party buzzed. Music, flashing lights, cheerleaders on couches, football players pounding beers. Brad stood in the center, red solo cup in hand, the king of his kingdom. When he spotted the twins, his smirk spread. Well, look who showed. Whispers spread instantly. Are they crazy? They actually came. This is gonna be good. Maya squared her shoulders. We're not here to fight. Brad laughed. Then you're in the wrong place. This is my house, my rules. Marcus kept his voice steady. Then hear the truth. You've been lying about us since day one. Everyone here deserves to know. The room quieted. Heads turned. Brad feigned confusion. Lying. Oh, you mean how you snapped in the locker room, or how Maya attacked me? Gasps, murmurs, Maya's fists clenched. You grabbed me. You tried to humiliate me. Brad tilted his head, smirking. That's your version. But whose version do you think they'll believe? A cheerleader piped up. I saw you twist his arm. You looked crazy. Another player added. Yeah, you don't look like victims. You look dangerous. Narration cut in. When truth speaks from the wrong lips, ears shut, and eyes refuse to see. Marcus stepped forward. You all saw how he treats us. The names, the shoves, the threats. Brad raised his cup, mocking. Oh, poor Marcus. Always the victim. Face itcher, just not Ridgeway material. Laughter. Maya shouted. You're cowards, all of you, watching him poison us, and you laugh. The room buzzed with discomfort, but no one moved. Brad smirked. See, no one cares. You don't belong here. Never did. He set his cup down and stepped close to Marcus, whispering just loud enough. You're nothing. And one day, someone's gonna remind you where you stand. Marcus's fists trembled. He whispered back, that someone isn't you. Then Brad shoved him, hard. The crowd gasped. Fight. Someone shouted. Do it. Marcus steadied himself. Not this time. Brad shoved him again. Harder. Coward. Maya stepped in front of Marcus. Enough. Brad's eyes gleamed. He spat, low and venomous. You don't tell me what's enough. Girl. He reached for her wrist. Everything snapped. Maya moved first, twisting free and sending Brad stumbling with a sharp shove. He lunged back at her, wild. Marcus intercepted, grabbing Brad's arm mid-swing and flipping him onto the floor. The crowd erupted. Whoa, what was that? Brad scrambled up, red-faced, charging again. Marcus sidestepped, swept his leg, and dropped him flat on his back. Cheers and shouts mixed in chaos. Holy, did you see that? They can fight. Brad's getting wrecked. Brad roared, swinging wildly. Maya blocked, countered with a clean strike to his ribs. He doubled over, wheezing. The room froze. For the first time, Brad looked small, beaten, human. Marcus stood over him, chest heaving. You wanted a show. Here it is, the truth. Maya's voice cut sharp. You're not a king, you're a bully. And bullies fall. The silence was thick. Then someone shouted, they're crazy. Another, no, he started it. I saw. Voices clashed, the crowd splitting, some siding with Brad, others shaken awake. Brad gasped, clutching his ribs. You're done, both of you. I'll ruin you. Maya crouched close, eyes blazing. You already tried, and we're still standing. The front door burst open. Coach Daniels stormed in, face thunderous. What the hell is going on? All eyes turned, fingers pointed, voices overlapped. They attacked Brad. No, He went after them. They're dangerous. He started it. Daniel's gaze locked on the twins. Out. Now. Maya's voice rose. You're not even listening. Out. As they were shoved toward the door, Brad's smirk flickered back, bruised but triumphant. Marcus glanced over his shoulder. Enjoy your throne while it lasts. Lies don't rule forever. Narration closed. The breaking point wasn't fists or words, but the silence that shattered when the truth forced itself into the open. And once cracks form in the wall of lies, collapse is inevitable. The Monday after the party, Ridgeway buzzed like a hive struck with a stick. Whispers swirled down every hallway. They took Brad down. Did you see those moves? Yeah, but they're violent. Dangerous. No, he deserved it. Everyone knows what he's like. Narration cut in. Truth didn't spread alone. It limped on rumors, each twisted retelling carrying shards of fact buried in lies. Marcus walked with his head down, Maya at his side, phones angled toward them. Recording. Maya muttered, "We're animals in a cage now. Everyone watching." Marcus clenched his jaw. Let them watch. In the principal's office, the tension was suffocating. Principal Harris leaned back, eyes hard. Coach Daniels stood against the wall, arms crossed. Brad sat in a chair, wrist in a brace, smirk plastered under a fake wince. Marcus, Maya, Harris began. What happened Friday night was unacceptable. Maya shot forward. He attacked us. Again. In front of everyone. Brad scoffed. Lies. They came to my house looking for trouble. Everyone saw it. Marcus snapped. Everyone saw you put hands on Maya. Brad smirked. And everyone saw you flip me like some psycho. Harris raised a hand. Enough. The point is, violence occurred, and you two were at the center. Maya's voice shook with fury. So he provokes us, and we're guilty. Harris's tone hardened. This isn't about guilt. It's about image. Ridgeway doesn't need this spectacle. Narration cut in. Spectacle. That's what they called survival when performed in the wrong skin. Afterward, in the hallway, Marcus slammed his locker shut. Image. That's all they care about. Maya nodded grimly. Not truth, not justice, just protecting their golden boy. A voice cut in, quiet, uncertain. I saw it. They turned, a sophomore girl, clutching her books, eyes wide. You're right, she whispered. Brad did grab you. He's always like that. But no one wants to say it. Maya leaned in. Then say it now. The girl shook her head, terrified. He owns this school. You don't fight kings. She hurried away, leaving silence behind. That evening at home, the argument boiled over. Their mother paced. You can't keep fighting them. Every time you push back, they tighten the noose. Marcus rose. So what? We roll over. Let him grab Maya. Call me names. Spread lies. Her voice cracked. You think I don't know. I raised you in this town. I know how they look at us. And I know how quickly they'll bury you if you give them reason. Maya's eyes filled with tears. So what's left? Be invisible. Pretend it doesn't happen. Her mother's voice broke into a whisper. Be alive. That's what's left. The silence that followed was heavier than shouting. The next day, cracks appeared in the cafeteria. Brad swaggered to his table, but not everyone clapped him on the back. A few kids glanced at him, then at the twins. Unease written on their faces. At another table, a boy muttered, They didn't start it. I was there. His friend hissed. Shut up. You'll be next. Narration cut in. Fear protects thrones better than loyalty ever could. That afternoon, Coach Daniels called Marcus into his office. The blinds were half drawn, the room dim. Daniels leaned forward. You've put me in a tough spot. Marcus folded his arms. You mean we embarrassed your captain? Daniels's jaw tightened. Brad is this team's future. Scouts watch him. Scholarships depend on him. You're talented, but replaceable. Marcus's chest burned. Replaceable. You want to play. Keep your head down. Stop making trouble. Otherwise, Daniels spread his hands. You're off this team. Marcus leaned closer, voice like steel. You think football is all I am. You're wrong. I won't bow just to make Brad look good. Daniels's eyes narrowed. Then you won't last here. Outside, Maya waited. What did he say? Marcus exhaled. That I'm replaceable. Maya's face hardened. Then it's time to show them we're not. That night, social media lit up. Clips from the party circulated. Brad swinging, Maya twisting free, Marcus dropping him with clean, precise moves. Comments split like the town itself. They're violent thugs. No look, Brad started it. Did you see that technique? They've trained to fight, dangerous, or trained to survive. Narration cut in. Truth escaped cages through pixels and screens, but even then, it wore chains of bias. The following morning, Harris called them in again. "This has gone too far," he said gravely. "You've dragged the school into a spectacle online." Maya snapped. "We didn't post those videos." "Doesn't matter," Harris replied. "Perception is reality. And the perception is dangerous." Marcus clenched his fists. "Dangerous for who?" "For Brad. Because he can't bully us anymore." Daniels, standing by, cut in sharply. "Watch your tone." Maya's voice dropped, low and deadly. "No, you watch yours, because if you think you can silence us forever, you're wrong." Harris slammed his desk. "Enough. One more incident, and you're expelled, both of you." As they left, the hallway seemed colder, heavier. Maya whispered, "They're cornering us." Marcus nodded, eyes blazing. "Then we stop running. Next time, we don't just defend ourselves, we expose him, all of him." Narration closed. Ashes clung to their shoes, remnants of burned lies and smoldering truths. From ashes comes fire, and fire, once sparked, does not go out quietly. The week after the party, Ridgeway High felt less like a school and more like a courthouse. Teachers eyed Marcus and Maya with suspicion. Students whispered louder now, less afraid to take sides. Videos still spread, edited and spliced, some showing Brad's shove, others cutting straight to Maya's strike. Narration cut in. Truth in the digital age was malleable clay, and the sculptors were never neutral. The summons came on Wednesday. Principal Harris's office again, but this time with an audience. Coach Daniels, Brad's father councilman, Turner and Officer Riggs, the school resource cop. Marcus froze when he saw the uniform. Maya grabbed his hand, squeezed. "Sit," Harris ordered. They obeyed. Councilman Turner wasted no time. "My son was assaulted, on tape, in my home, and this circus is damaging not only his reputation, but mine. This ends now." Maya's voice shook with fury. "Your son attacked me. On tape. Everyone saw it." Turner's face hardened. "People see what they're told to see, and the narrative is clear. You two are violent, unstable, a threat." Riggs leaned forward, hands folded. "We could be talking charges, assault, trespassing." Marcus snapped. "He invited the whole school to that party." Riggs shrugged. "Doesn't change the fact that you laid hands on him." Maya's jaw clenched. In self-defense, Riggs's eyes narrowed. "Self-defense looks different when you've been trained, when you know how to hurt someone." Narration cut in. Skill was guilt. Discipline was threat. In their hands, survival became weaponized. Daniels finally spoke, voice heavy with warning. "I told you to stay out of trouble, but here we are. The board is watching. If this escalates, you're done at Ridgeway. Forget scholarships, forget futures." Marcus leaned forward, voice low. "So our future dies to protect Brad's." No one answered. Silence said enough. Afterward, in the hallway, Maya whispered, "They're building a case." Marcus nodded grimly. "And they've got the whole wall backing them." That night, the twins sat at the kitchen table with their mother. Bills and envelopes lay scattered, unopened. She rubbed her forehead. "Councilman Turner called me, said if you apologize publicly he'll drop everything." Maya's eyes flared. "Apologize? For being attacked?" Her mother's voice cracked. "Maya, please, I can't protect you from them. Not from him. They'll crush us." Marcus slammed his fist on the table. "No, that's what he wants us to bow, to make him the victim." "I won't." Tears spilled down their mother's cheeks. "I just want you safe. I can't lose you." Marcus's voice softened. "We'll be safe when the truth is louder than his lies." The next day, the blue wall cracked. A video surfaced, not shaky phone clips, but a full recording from Brad's own living room camera, somehow leaked, somehow public. It showed everything. Brad grabbing Maya, Marcus blocking his punch, the clean, controlled counters. It showed restraint, not rage. By lunch, phones buzzed nonstop. Screens lit up with the unfiltered truth. In the cafeteria, voices split sharper than ever. "Look, he attacked them first. Brad's done. No way, his dad will fix it." "Doesn't matter. The video's everywhere now." Brad stormed in, face pale. For the first time, whispers weren't all in his favor. Some kids turned away. Others smirked. A few even clapped softly when Marcus and Maya walked in. Brad's fists shook. "You think this changes anything?" He hissed at Marcus. Marcus held his gaze. "It already has." By afternoon, chaos hit the administration. Parents flooded the office with calls, some demanding the twins' expulsion, others furious that Brad had been protected so long. Narration cut in. The wall didn't crumble all at once. It cracked, brick by brick, under pressure of too much truth to bury. That evening, Daniels called an emergency team meeting. He paced the locker room, face stormy. This is out of control. The season's at stake. Reputations are at stake. A player muttered, "Coach, the video's clear." Brad started it. Daniels spun. "You watch your mouth." But another voice joined. "He's right." A murmur spread. Boys shifting, glancing at each other. For the first time, doubt crawled across Brad's throne. Marcus sat silently at the edge, watching cracks spread across the team like fractures in ice. That night, their mother rushed in, holding her phone. "It's on the news. The video. They're calling it Ridgway's Reckoning." Maya whispered. "People finally see." Marcus shook his head. "No, they see the truth. But seeing doesn't mean believing." Sure enough, the councilman struck back the next morning. On local TV, he sat beside Brad, arm around his son. "My boy is a victim of targeted harassment," Turner declared. "This video is being twisted. These twins have been antagonizing him for months. This is bigger than a schoolyard fight. This is about respect for law, order, and community values." Maya screamed at the screen. "Lies, still lies," Marcus muttered. "And people will believe him, because he's power in a suit." Narration cut in. The blue wall never collapsed quietly. It fell with screams, with claws, with desperate hands clawing to hold power. But behind closed doors, more cracks spread. Teachers whispered, students whispered louder, parents questioned. And Braden Touchable Brad walked the halls no longer as a king, but as a boy with shadows behind his smile. The chapter closed with Marcus standing in the empty football field at dusk, Maya at his side. The bleachers creaked in the wind. Maya whispered, "The wall's cracking. But will it fall?" Marcus's voice was steady. "Walls always fall. It's just a matter of how loud." Narration closed. Collapse wasn't justice yet, but it was the beginning, and beginnings, once ignited, cannot be undone. The week after the leak, Ridgway buzzed like a city under siege. Phones never stopped flashing. News crews circled outside the gates. Parents crowded the office. The air felt charged like lightning before a storm. Narration cut in. "Truth is never clean. It drags mud, blood, and broken trust with it. But once loose, it never crawls back into silence." Brad hadn't shown up to practice. Rumors spread faster than fact. "He's suspended." "No." "He's sick." "No." His dad pulled strings. Marcus and Maya walked the halls with heads high. Some students smiled. Some whispered. A few still spat words like poison. But the balance had shifted. That Friday, an emergency school assembly was called. The gym packed with students, teachers, staff. At the center, a makeshift stage. Principal Harris stood stiff, sweat gleaming at his temples. Coach Daniels sat in the back, arms crossed, jaw tight. Councilman Turner strode to the microphone with Brad beside him, polished smiles masking cracks. "My son," Turner began, voice echoing, "has been the target of a malicious campaign. Edited videos, false narratives, a smear designed to destroy him, and by extension this community." Murmurs rippled. Marcus's fists clenched. Maya's breath shook. Turner went on. "We must not allow chaos to rule. Respect for authority, for discipline, is what holds Ridgway strong." He gestured. Brad stepped forward, face pale but postured. "I never wanted any of this," Brad said softly. "I've been bullied, targeted, and I just want to move on." For a moment, silence. Then a voice rang from the bleachers. "Liar." Gasps spread. Heads turned. A teacher stood. Mr. Lopez, quiet history teacher, the one who'd always looked away. He spoke louder now. "The video wasn't edited. I saw the full feed before it spread. I saw you attack Maya, and I saw how they held back." Turner snapped, "Sit down, or no." Lopez's voice shook, but held. "I've been silent too long. We all have. This," he swept a hand toward Marcus and Maya, "is the truth, and we can't keep burying it." The gym stirred like a hive. Another teacher stood, then a student, then another. Voices rose, some timid, some angry, some emboldened by the first crack in silence that covered for Brad. They tried to frame the twins. "This has gone on too long." The blue wall buckled underweight it, could no longer bear. Turner slammed the mic. "This is mob rule. None of this is admissible. My son," his words drowned in a rising chant. "Truth, truth, truth." Marcus met Maya's eyes. Her lips trembled into the faintest smile. Later that afternoon, Chaos spilled outside. Reporters swarmed. Cameras flashed. Turner shoved through with Brad, face red, voice cracking, but the chant followed them out. By Monday, consequences came crashing. News reports exposed Councilman Turner's pressure on the school board, his ties to police donations, his meddling in Ridgeway affairs. Emails leaked. A whistleblower spoke. He resigned within days. Brad withdrew from school, quietly, without fanfare. Narration cut in. Power doesn't end with an explosion. It leaks, sputters, fades. The louder the lie, the sharper the silence when it dies. In Ridgeway's halls, air felt different. Teachers carried themselves lighter. Students whispered less, watched more. The twins still drew stares, but now, some were nods, acknowledgments, not daggers. At practice, Coach Daniels called Marcus aside. You'll start next season, both of you. You've earned it. Marcus stared him down. We were always good enough. You just didn't want to see. Daniels flinched. Maybe I was wrong. Maya's voice cut in, sharp. You were. The twins turned, walked out together at home. Their mother clutched them both, tears streaking. It's over. You're safe, Marcus whispered. We're safer. But it's never over. Maya nodded, her voice steady now. But at least, we broke their chains. The final scene. Sunset over Ridgeway's empty football field. The bleachers glowed gold, the grass long shadows. Marcus and Maya stood at the 50-yard line, side by side. Maya whispered, Do you think it'll last? Marcus looked at the horizon, voice calm, resolute. Walls fall, chains break, maybe not forever, but long enough for us to keep fighting. Narration closed. Justice was never permanent, but every time truth broke through, even for a moment, the world shifted. And sometimes, a shift was enough to change everything. The twins walked off the field together, not as victims, not as threats, but as survivors who turned silence into storm.